club, bitches.
Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Donkey of the Day for Wednesday, October 9th goes to a Penn State alumni named Dave Peterson. Dave is 78 years old, and he's described as a Penn State alumnus and football fan. And like most football fans, he has an opinion on players. Now, most of the time, opinions on players are regulated to talent, unless, of course, the player is an absolute knucklehead, a troublemaker, drug user, whose conduct is detrimental to the success of the overall team. Listen to what I said. The conduct that is detrimental to the success of the overall team. See, we don't really care about the individual player as much as we care about how that individual player affects the overall team. Well, in this case, the Penn State Nittany Lions are 5-0, and the player who Dave Peterson has an opinion about is Antonio Shelton, okay? He's a defensive standout. He's got 15 tackles on the year. He's team captain. He's doing his damn thing. Drop on the clues bombs for Antonio Shelton, okay? What is there to complain about when your team is 5-0? What is there to complain about when it comes to a defensive standout like Antonio Shelton? Well, 78-year-old Dave Peterson found something. Let's go to WPVI ABC 6 for the report, please.
Jonathan Sutherland is a Penn State football captain and a Dean's List student. But what people are talking about tonight is his hair. That's thanks to this letter. The author is a proclaimed alumnus from decades ago named David Peterson. He calls Sutherland's hair awful, stating his locks are disgusting and are certainly not attractive. He also writes, "We would welcome the reappearance of dress codes for athletes." Well, Sutherland wrote a response on social media, but he took the high road, writing, "At the end of the day, without an apology needed, I forgive this individual because I'm nowhere close to being perfect," though that hasn't stopped an outpouring of support for him, including from his coach.
I would be so blessed if my daughters would marry someone with his character and integrity one day.
But according to published reports, Peterson says making a racial or cultural statement was not the intent.
Oh, I'm sorry. The player's name is Jonathan Sutherland, not Antonio Shelton. Daniel, get me Jonathan's stats real quick. But either way, the story remains the same. Dave Peterson, he's 78 years old. And I know generations change and older people aren't used to the braids and the dreadlocks, the Odell Beckham colorful hair. I know you probably rather see people with mullets and crew cuts. But listen, old head, times change, okay? Why do you care how that man wears his hair? All right, David told this man in a letter, watching the Idaho game, watching the Idaho game on TV, we couldn't help but notice your, awful hair. Surely there must be mirrors in the locker room. Don't you have parents or a girlfriend who have told you those shoulder-length dreadlocks look disgusting and are certainly not attractive? Dave Peterson, you don't find Jonathan Sutherland attractive. A 78-year-old man doesn't find a 22-year-old football player attractive. What in the name of Jerry Sandusky is going on at Penetration State University? All right, why does this young football player have to look attractive to this old man? What the hell did that have to do with football? Now, when your school has had a child sex abuse scandal that caused the 4-year ban, I don't want to see a 78-year-old man writing letters to a 20-something-year-old young boy telling them what they don't find attractive on him, all right? That just don't sound right. Now, I was going to play a game of Guess What Race It Is, but I can't find a picture of Dave Peterson to confirm his identity. But let's use context clues and figure it out later. Now, we know about this situation. Dave Peterson wrote letters to complain about Jonathan Sutherland's dreadlocks, okay? In 2013, he wrote a letter agreeing with another reader who said, "Black leaders dropped the ball," all right? And in the letter, he compared welfare to slavery. He's written letters criticizing people with tattoos, saying they should only be in prison or drug gangs. He also said that that educating children about Muslim holidays is offensive to 9/11 victims and survivors, and that babies and young children should not be allowed in public if they make noise. He's also written letters on topics ranging from blighted rental properties to the welfare system and how the courts handle violent offenders, okay? I think we have enough. Let's play a game of Guess What Race It Is! Oh, let me read you one more thing. In the letter where he compared welfare to slavery, he says, we cannot win if the social slavery of We cannot win if the social slavery of welfare continues unchecked by rewarding those who ignore their social responsibilities, continue to produce multiple children in expectation of even more rewards, have no desire or plans to seek employment, and whose only true ambition involves collecting welfare checks, food stamps, and illicit drugs. Now, we don't have a picture of Dave Peterson but I think we have an idea of what he is. Angela Yee, would you like to take a wild guess?
I would say white.
Okay. What makes you say that?
Everything that you just, I knew it right away though. I mean, immediately I thought that.
DJ Envy?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a guess?
Yes, Donald Trump.
Orange.
Exactly.
You believe he's orange?
White.
Okay. I can't confirm or deny this because I don't have a picture of Dave Peterson, but I'm just going to jump out there and say, I think you both are correct because the mayonnaise is heavy in this story.
Too much goddamn mayonnaise.
Yes, please let Chelsea Handler give Dave Peterson the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. That is way too much Dan mayonnaise.
Oh, yes, and even though I got the names wrong, Jonathan Sutherland, those are his actual stats. He has 15 tackles on the year. He is a defensive standout. He is the team captain. Salute to Jonathan Sutherland.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
Mm-hmm.
Up next is Ask a Yee.
Before you do that, did y'all watch Chelsea Handler's White Privilege documentary?
I didn't.
I did not.
All right, just because you gave him Donkey of the Day with Chelsea Handler, but y'all should watch that.
Okay.
It's interesting.
All right. Well, up next is Ask Yee. 800-585-1051. If you got questions for Yee, you can call her now. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.
I'ma make you realize all I need is one night. I'ma make you realize before the night is over. All I need is one night. I'ma have you close. I ain't too proud to beg, cause I'ma make you mine. And I ain't gotta flex the light, cause I'ma make you mine. Can you imagine that? Even got asked, cause when you came through the door, I saw you was blessed. And ain't no question about that body. Showing up, you a top 10. You better work that shit. I see how you're moving them curves in. You make me wanna spend all what's in my pocket. I'm at a loss and you win. She all in my ear, talking about what she really wanna do to me. She wanna take me to the back seat, front to left, put that thing on me. I just got word that shawty game with me. She's trying to play it to get, about to put the thing in check, about to make the thing cause a wreck. And she don't know I'ma make you realize before the night is over. All I need is one night. I'ma have you close. I ain't too proud to beg, cause I'ma make you mine. And I ain't gotta flex the light, cause I'ma make you mine. Can you imagine that? I see the way you're cutting your eyes, like you want some of this. But by the way you walking and biting your lips, you make me wanna do a backflip. You better get it, bitch. Work that pole like you're trying to pay a bill. By the way you twerking that booty, I'm about to make you my tip drill. She all in my ear, talking about what she really wanna do to me. She wanna take me to the back seat, front to left, put that thing on me. I just got word that shawty game with me. She's trying to play it to get, about to put the thing in check, about to make the thing cause a wreck. She don't know I'ma make you realize before the night is over. All I need is one night. I'ma have you close. I ain't too proud to beg, cause I'ma make you mine. And I ain't gotta flex the light, cause I'ma make you mine. Can you imagine that? Realize before the night is over. Before the night is over.
options. I keep watching, keep on calling, but I'm thinking about you. Ain't no stopping, we keep rocking. I said I got options, but I'm choosing on you. If you're really down the road, then we can ride out. I don't wanna wait, so make your mind up. I wanna get closer. Now we pushing up on you. Make it last a little longer. Take it off and put it on you. You know I got options, yeah, yeah. Ooh, I got options, yeah. You know I got options, yeah, yeah. Ooh, I got options, yeah. Don't know why you keep on playing, I got options. Always got something to say when I drop some. Stay down, I kept it real, you know where I'm from. Ain't the type to keep it low key, I'm not the one. Saying too much, but I want you to show me. Don't need a rush, can we just take it slowly? Better act right, I don't wanna waste no time. Yeah, you saying them things about to lose my mind. I got options, yeah, yeah. Ooh, I got options, yeah. You know I got options, yeah, yeah. Ooh, I got options, yeah.
I know, yeah. Wavy, pick you up in that Mercedes.